Time now for Consumer Confidential with KTLA 5's David Lazarus, who might be a little sleepy because there was just too much music thumping in the neighborhood this weekend.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, he was complaining on Twitter about the noise down the street.
Not complaining.
Oh, you didn't go to the party?
I wasn't invited to the party, and I just pointed out that, yeah, it's fine to have a party. It's the bass line, the boom, 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 boom. That's all I was kvetching about.
Okay.
David,
I called him old man last. Somebody else said, get off my lawn.
All right. All right, let's talk some serious discussions here. Western financial sanctions against Russia for its invasion of Ukraine hitting that nation very hard.
Yeah, Lou, and hitting it very quickly as well. The ruble crashing today, down about 20% at last check. There are long lines at Russian banks for people to get their hands on the relatively few dollars that are available. The Russian stock market was closed today to prevent stocks from tanking, and the central bank in Moscow has more than doubled interest rates as a way to try to keep inflation in check as these Western sanctions really start to bite. Moreover, there are attempts being made to freeze the assets of the Russian central bank, to go after the assets overseas of the billionaire oligarchs who have so much influence with Russian President Putin. Basically, straight across the board, the Russian economy is being isolated from the rest of the world. In fact, it was cut off from the SWIFT system that allows for interbank communications all around the globe. Russia is now an island. It no longer has SWIFT access. And this is really showing how so much of modern warfare is economic. And that's a very, very big deal, because it means that these things play out not just on the battlefield anymore, but across the board, and can affect all of us in a variety of ways. Here in the U.S., obviously the key thing we're watching is energy. Oil prices continue to rise. That's going to maintain upward pressure on gas prices. We're already seeing them climbing higher, and we're not done with that yet, you can be sure.
Yeah. All right, Toyota may have been hit by a cyber attack.
And Glenn, this is the other side of what we're talking about here in terms of modern warfare: cyber attacks, basically doing an end run around government authorities to go after business and economic interests as a way of, well, turning the entire population against staying committed to a war or to sanctions or what have you. In this case, Toyota over in Japan says it will be shutting down all 14 of its plants in Japan after one of its key suppliers, Kojima Industries, said it seems to have been the subject of a cyber attack. Not confirmed yet, but that's what the company is saying, that the cyber attack is basically preventing Kojima from overseeing its own production or from communicating with its partner Toyota, which is bringing Toyota's production to a halt, because Kojima is responsible for all sorts of parts and components, including for the air conditioning system, the steering system, and others. Now, here in the U.S., financial authorities have already warned U.S. banks and businesses to be very alert for cyber attacks, especially banks. Moreover, U.S. utilities are also on high alert for cyber attacks intended to disrupt or even cut off power and water for U.S. consumers. The idea here, obviously, is to either disrupt or derail economies overseas as a new form of warfare. It's pretty tough. There's not a lot you and I and other ordinary people can do about this, except to hope the businesses that we do business with are stepping up their digital defenses. And I'll have more on this on KTLA.com in just a few minutes.
All right, David, and then also Target might actually offer pay of $24 an hour.
Some good news for a change. Yeah, Target announcing today that they're going to be lifting their minimum wages to as much as $24 an hour in their most competitive markets, which presumably includes Southern California. Target, like most retailers, especially the big box retailers, is facing staffing shortages and needs to find ways to compete better to bring in people, especially the best people. So Target says it's not just going to raise minimum wages, it's also going to invest a little bit more in health benefits. The company says it plans to spend as much as $300 million more this year, beefing up salaries, beefing up benefits, and basically making the company a more attractive place to work. And obviously, if Target does it, companies like Walmart, Kroger, others are going to have to think about how they treat their workers as well if they want to remain competitive. Interestingly, in January, we saw average wages for retail workers rise by about 7% to just over $19 an hour on average. That's interesting, except when you put it in the context of consumer prices going up by roughly the same percentage over the same period. Back to you guys.
All right. Laz, we will see you at 1 o'clock.
Thank you.